Hi, guys and ladies, fellow analysts. Welcome back to episode number 13 of Being an Analyst podcast. My name is Disama Matiezi. On this episode, we're going to be talking about something very nice. It's about how do you elevate your analytical skills. We're going to be talking about 12 habits that will help you elevate your analytical skills. Believe in me, these are not difficult things. At the end of this episode, you would have known what could actually help you to becoming much better analyst. You remember in episode 12, I spoke about data science and machine learning. If you felt overwhelmed and you're thinking to yourself, how do I even get started? Don't you worry. Episode 13 is going to help you, and we will resume immediately after our theme song. I'm quite excited because we found some time to put some words on paper, and we have a book here that's going to be helping you get yourself into an analysis space. If you're asking yourself, how do I become an analyst? This is the copy for you. It's called Being an Analyst. It has my name on it. I wrote this manual to actually quite help you answer that question to say, how do I get started? What is needed? And what mindset do I need to actually get myself into an analyst type of space? If you want the analytical skills and how do I get all of that, this is the good book to get you started. It's going to help you manage yourself for success and help you unleash your potentials that's within yourself, especially now that we are operating in a knowledge economy. It's no longer like before that we can say if you have a degree you are set for life. Right now, we are working on a knowledge economy. Things are changing quite quickly. This is why this book is a very, very good manual for you to go through it. Where do you get it? It's available on Amazon. If you're in South Africa, it's available on takealot.com with immediate delivery. If besides that, if you want a signed copy that I can sign and write a nice message for you, go into our website books.beingananalyst.co.za. You can be able to get yourself this beautiful copy. It's called, the book title is called Being an Analyst, and it's going to help you manage yourself for success and unleash your potential, especially now in the knowledge economy. Please get yourself one of this copy. I put it in, and it's stuff that I wish I knew when I started in 2008. So besides that, we're still working on the second one. Second book is about SQL. You all know that learning SQL, it's actually a mission and a half. I'm working towards that one, and that these two books are going to help you actually answer that question. How do I become an analyst? Here you start with this first book, Being an Analyst. It helps you become an analyst. The second book on SQL is going to help you to analyze the data itself. But on this book, we spoke about even earlier that analysis is two-folded. It's about qualitative, it's about quantitative. If you are going into the quantitative space, the second book on SQL is going to help you quite nicely. If you're going towards the qualitative space, this first book on being an analyst will actually help you unleash a lot of things. Besides that, if you feel like things are a bit tight on your side, you can't get a hold of the book, don't despair. Subscribe to this podcast, and also you can subscribe to our bi-weekly newsletter. It's called Weekly Analyst. We send out very thought provoking things every week, twice a week, on a Monday and on a Thursday. Besides that, you can, you know, reach out to us on our WhatsApp chat. We are also there daily. We send out very, very good insights that you can get a hold of and become part of this analyst community, especially talking about the topic that we're going to be talking about right now. It's how do I elevate my analytical skills? I'm giving you the resources first. All of these resources, the book, the newsletter, the podcast, the WhatsApp chat, the consulting, the mentoring sessions that we are doing, all of those things, look at our website. Those are the things that will 10x your capability. And right now, we're going to be talking about how do I make sure that whenever I try to reinvent myself, I'm able to elevate my analytical skills. We're going to be talking about 12 skills, very, very simple skills, and it's stuff that I have done for a long time, and they have yielded great dividends. The first one, I think most of you remember, I spoke about this quite a lot. It's about waking up quite early. I'm the person who I feel fulfilled if I wake up at 2 or 3, but all of that means that I have to go to bed earlier. So waking up quite early normally helps me to get focused, more especially considering because I have a wife and 3 kids, they're still sleeping at that time. So nowadays, around 5 o'clock, around 4 o'clock, I'm up. There's been a lot of books and a lot of studies talking about the benefit of waking up early, whether it becomes the 5 a.m. club or whatever that is, where you catch the earliest worm. You can name it. Waking up in the morning, that's where for me it's still quiet. There's not a lot of disturbances. I can think, make myself coffee, and start working. So waking up early, I'm not saying wake up at 5 o'clock like I do. If you are used to waking up at 8 o'clock, maybe try to wake up at 6 o'clock and you prepare for the day. That's what waking up early really means. Wake up quite earlier than normal. If you wake up at 10 o'clock, I don't know what would you be. Maybe you're a student, you wake up at 10 o'clock. Try to wake up at 8 o'clock and see the difference that it will make. But the other thing is you have to actually go to bed quite earlier. The second one is fixing your sleep, which is still linked to the first one. Fixing your sleep gives you predictability. You would know that if you sleep at 7 o'clock, like I used to, totally by 2 o'clock you are up. If I try to stay up late because my wife normally is productive in the night and I'm productive in the morning, if I compromise and I stay up late so that we can work together on something, and so for instance, we sleep at 12 o'clock well, it's in the morning the next day, it becomes impossible for me to wake up at 2 o'clock. I will most time try to wake up at 5 or at 6, but the only problem is that predictability, that fixed sleep to say I want the 6 hours, 7 hours falls away. So if you go to bed at normal time and you wake up at normal time, your body already gets used to how you can predicting your sleep, and you fixing your sleep to say go to bed at this time, I wake up at this time. All of this, remember, we're talking about creating an environment for you so that you can be able to win in knowing analytical skills. Second, and third thing that you can actually look at is just normal exercise. Exercise just helps the blood to flow, and in a sense, all the nice juices in places where oxygen is needed. All of this, you would need it. Believe in me, you're going to need it when you start crunching and you're practicing and you're concentrating. If you're not exercising, it becomes a big issue. If you're staying in like apartments, just dare yourself to stay. Just go up and down the stairs. You'll feel your heart pumping a little bit, and you'll be excited. If there's stairways in your house, just go up and down the stairways. Give yourself some target to say, oh, today I'm going to go up and down 10 times. Just go up and down, one floor. up, one floor down, and you'll see the difference that it's going to be making. I'm not When I say exercise, I'm not saying go get yourself a gym membership. No, I'm just saying get something that will get the blood flowing before you start to sit down and start practicing. Another one that we can look at, the fourth one, is trying to walk at least 15,000 Ks in a day. If you work 15,000, not 15,000 Ks, 15,000 steps. If you work about 15,000 steps, I mean, in that way, it will make sure that you are also in good shape to concentrate and think about good things. The fifth one, besides, now I dealt twice on exercise and keeping healthy, making sure that your brain is ready. Now I'm going to the fifth one, is the ability to write things down or journal stuff. That's quite important, because if you don't have the habit of writing things down, even when you learn something quite nicely, whether it's on this podcast or it's somewhere else, you won't have the ability to note it down. So, but if you're used to noting everything else down, it becomes easy when you hear new things, so that you can just note things down. And a nice part, we all know about the research that says if you write something down, you're more likely to remember it. And if you write something down, you're more likely to go back and read it and then reinforce the learnings. So if you learn how to write things down, it will also help you out quite a bit. The sixth one is investing in learning. Most of us would want to become analysts by just saying it. It's like we just blab it out. Maybe we have a vision board to say, I'm going to think about it, meditate on becoming an analyst. But the sixth one, we say invest in learning. You have to attend. When we come out here on a Monday, we do our live sessions, which is free on Zoom. Attend those sessions so that you can hear about how can you get analytical skills. When we're having any other sessions, be the first one to actually come over to our workshops and say, how do I change my life? How do I 10x my life so that I can become better in analytical skills? That's all of that is what's needed. The seventh one, I started with the book. The seventh one is read as much as possible. Read books. That's why I'm showing you. When I started here, I said, number one, I conquered the hill that was in front of me by writing down all the way 230 pages that I wrote down for you to read about how do you become an analyst. Look at this one, chapter 7, understanding data types and functions to build data models. I mean, stuff like this, complicated things that are written in everyday English for you to understand. But if you don't read books, I mean, it becomes very difficult for you to actually think about how do you become an analyst. Next one that I'm busy working on now, it's about SQL. I can say as much as possible on the podcast, but sometimes we need to structure everything else into a nice book. If you have the habit of reading books, and not just books for fun, but you read quite nicely and you read broadly, you'll be able to put yourself in a good state for you to become a better analyst in this case. We putting down the effort, please also put on the effort. Even if you read 5 minutes a day, my chapters, you would see that everything else I like. I understand that not all of us can read long chapters. So you would see here, I would have using company learnings and development resources. It's only one paragraph. And you go to the other one, joining analyst communities, one paragraph. Analyst job search advice for women, 2 paragraphs, and then we go to the next one. So when you read, you really, it's enough. If you're saying, I'm going to read a small portion for 2 minutes a day, you can just read that small portion here for 2 minutes and scratch it out, and then close the book. When you jump into the car or jump into public transportation, you read another 2 pages. You already know what it is there. You scratch it out. At the end of the book, I put key takeaways. If you've forgotten one of those things, you can come here and then just go through the key takeaways. And it's the book is written in such a way that you can remember. Because I love reading books that are written with me in mind so that I can remember things. So number 7, as much as possible, please try to read broadly, read everything else related to analysis, related to human psychology, because what matters is, as much as we are analysts, we are using our findings, giving it up to other people. It could be MENCO, management committee members, or it could be EXCO, executive committee members. Those people want to see things. If they want to see graphs, we have to think, how does the mind read graphs? How, and reading broadly, not just about the technical things, reading broadly will actually help you, understand how does people, get to understand when I write things down. And that's the beauty of reading. Okay. I think I have everything else on this book that can help you kickstart yourself to become an analyst. Number 8 is building a rare skill. I was an advocate for this one, and I made sure that my whole entire, you can go to LinkedIn and look at my profile. All you see is rare skills. And in that way, I was able to take finance, take accounting, mix it up with IT, mix it up with strategy, mix it up with all of those things. And it gave me, I'm one of those sought after person, one of those that says no to positions or projects. People come to me and say, "Do you want to work?" And I will say, "No, I'm busy working on the labor of love, which is this being an analyst community. Let me see how far it goes, even if I have to spend my savings on it. Let me just see how far it goes, because I know I have rare skills that I can always go back to the job market or to the work market, or even consult with people if need be." So my number 8 advice is build as many as you could, as fast as you could, the rare skills of combining maybe data visualization, programming, advanced statistics. You can combine everything else with business analysis and business strategy, so that when they look at you, they look at a person who normally a process analyst and a business analyst are linked together, but we've never seen a programmer, which is a process analyst. We've never seen a project analyst, which is also an accountant. So in that way, you have your own rare skill, and it will help you become much better analyst in that case. That's number 8. Number 9 is write and publish stuff that are related to what you learn on social media. So number 9 is you go back, you read my book. There's the book. You read, you like, okay, I'm gonna read about managing BI teams using project management methodologies. So you can like, okay, I'm going to have a BI team, a business intelligence team. I'm going to be managing it using project management methodologies. Then you can say, okay, cool, hang on a second. What is my take here? I write to say waterfall methodology can help you this way in your team. Agile methodology can help you this way. Kanban methodology can help you. I go around in all the methodologies. This is my advice to you. Take what I wrote on Agile, write the way that you understand it, and post that on social media. If you take what I wrote exactly, you have to credit me. But if you write your understanding of what you understand me writing, it's now new information. You don't have to credit me. You just created a new product, because it's your understanding of how you see things. It is no longer about how I see things. You don't have to come to this podcast and clip it as is and post it on social media. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying record yourself saying how you understand what I just said and post it on social media. That is new content. It is no longer plagiarism like that, what they say. So as much as you could, write and publish stuff on social media to showcase what you understand and how you can help people understand what you understand better, and how you can implement what you understand in their projects or in their fields. Say, for instance, small business owner is stuck. You can say, I can unstuck you because I just read this book by this guy. I can help you with analysis skills. So that's what I'll be looking at. Okay. Number 10 is about fixing your thinking. Challenge your mindset into seeking for things that are a little bit outside of your comfort zone. Because if you're thinking about everything else that's within what you are used to, that's where the problem will come in. But challenge your cognitive biases and assumptions regularly, and help yourself to get this growth mindset that we're always talking about. Everybody should get a growth mindset and not a fixed mindset. I sat down with a mentor lately, and she spoke about fixed mindset and growth mindset. And she said, isn't it funny that when we talk about the growth mindset and the fixed mindset, we all assume we got growth mindset? Think about that for a second. You're not the only one who's thinking that you have a growth mindset because you're listening to me talking. You might be having a fixed mindset, and that's why you're listening to me talking. But a growth mindset is a different mindset compared to the one that we have. And it haunted me, it dawned on me to thinking, oh my gosh, I thought I was doing so well, but I was fixed in my world. I was fixed into, I know finance, I know banking, I know analysis in the world of banking and finance and development finance. But what she was doing is was stretching myself to say, do you know construction? Do you know public health? Do you know insurance? And my answer to that was no, 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 no. And all she was saying is for 20 years, 2 decades, all you know is banking and finance and analysis of those. But a growth mindset is the one that says, hang on a second, you are an SME, you are a small business owner or a large organization, you're working what? In mining. I'm going to come help you. That's a growth mindset, because you're going into places where it's outside of your comfort zone, outside of your sector. Speaking about circles, number 11, we're talking about building your circle. We know very well that networking is your worth. We normally say, show us your friends and we'll tell you your future. We've been taught that thing many a times. I'm afraid that's still true. Your circle is your net worth. If your circle is full of people that do not embrace analysis, it's very difficult for you to become one. Unless if you say, oh, hang on a second, I'm actually tired, I want to join the Being an Analyst community. How do you help me, December, so that I can be part of it? Then I can help you to say, come, let's be part of the Being an Analyst community. This is how you can actually get yourself to become a better analyst. The 12th one, I call it pick a hustle. This is where I'm saying, once you have learned about analysis, once you have learned about everything, you decide what type of gig do you want to do. Do you want to go ahead and only be employed, or do you want to offer services to other people, that you have a side hustle that says, okay, I'm going to be doing consulting services, or I'm going to be selling my ideas. Sometimes you can actually get data, write a beautiful 20-page report onto that, and then put it on social media for free. Or you can put it on social media for a price. Maybe you sell it for $2, $20, or 100 rands in South African rands. And it's all up to you. But if you pick a hustle, it will also help you get the joy out of what you're planning to do. So to get yourself into good analytical skills, I would say try out one of these 12 skills. The last one is number 12, is pick yourself a hustle to say, what am I going to be doing once I know these analytical skills? Put it simply. Number 11 is, if you have people in your circle that are not worth you getting analytical skills, it's high time that you review them, because you have to build a good cycle for you. Number 11 is fix your thinking. If your thinking is all about limited fixed mindset, you have to think about growth mindset and going into places where you have never went before. But believe in me, before I wrote the book, I have never written a book before. So for you, you're sitting there, you're like, oh, but you have so much growth mindset. Believe in me, there's a lot of fixed mindset that's still within me that I would like to go. And doing this podcast and inspiring you to become an analyst is one of those activities that I wanted to do to show that I'm part of the growth mindset type of thing. Number 9 is write down what you know and publish it on social media so that we can know what you are doing. They say marketing is the only way to let people know about a product, and social media could be that way for you to for people to know about yourself. And people do not buy a product that they don't know, and people will not come ask from you services that they don't know that you know how to deliver them. And advertising yourself on social media by posting, by reposting what other people are doing and putting in your take on it, it's a good way for you to show people what you can do. Number 8 is build yourself a rare skill, very, very rare skill, and you build yourself that one, then we know that will come to you when we're looking for a rare skill. Number 7 is read books as much as possible. I keep on referring back to my book, Being an Analyst, because I'm quite excited about that. I'm going to have a second book coming out. I'm going to be showing that one too, and a third one and a fourth one. Invest in learning as much as possible. Let us not just sit down and feel content on watching or listening to podcasts, but we can, go on and do rigorous learning and attending workshops, anything else that has to do with analysis and cutting edge. Write down whatever you picking up on journals, or write down anywhere, so that whenever you get the habit of writing things down. Number 4, start walking. Number 3, exercise. Number 1, fix your sleep. Number 2, fix your sleep. And number 1, try to wake up quite early. Those are the 12 things that I can say to you. If you get these things in order, you will be untouchable in learning about new skills, especially analytical skills, uh, in, the, in, the, in you reinventing the new you. It will totally help you. They look quite small, but if you put them together and you compound those, they will become extremely big, especially on your side. Thanks a lot, guys, for listening to this podcast. I quite appreciate it. You know what to do right now. Head over to beingananalyst.co.za. Check out our offerings. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter so that you can always be on the loop. We also got an analyst chat. Go into that one, chat to us. We'll be able to respond to you. See you next time. Thanks for watching.